All right, we're going to talk about pistons here. So for years, we've always had at GMS our own forging dies to create pistons. For a long time, we dealt with areas out of California, had a really great relationship, and had a great product for years and years, and a lot of knowledge was gained by that. Unfortunately, Nick Jr. died, and the company was sold off, and things haven't been the same since. So we forged a new partnership with Diamond about 4 years ago, and Diamond Pistons has really taken a good look at the diesel market in the last several years, and they've got a lot of experience, and they've got a great product. So we've kind of created a partnership with them to utilize our forging knowledge and piston manufacturing that we've learned, and we've got a great product. So what we do is we sort of engineer around the engine we're going to build. So say we're going to build a 510 International. We've got like a spec that we shoot for, and we create it's kind of a sheet here we've got that we fill out and engineer the piston. We provide Diamond with the information, and they machine the forgings that we have at their facility. So the process of building a piston isn't just as easy as pulling it off the shelf and saying, okay, well, I've got one for you and one for you and one for you. Everybody wants something a little different. Different cylinder heads, different rod lengths, different deck heights, different crank strokes, all those things. So this has been the best way for us to cover many, many bases. Now, on that hand, it takes several weeks, if not months, to get pistons manufactured. So from start to finish, we start with the piston sheets. We fill out all the specs that we want to put into the piston. Now, once we take this, we send it to Diamond, they produce the piston. Typically 4 to 6 weeks later, we've got the part in our hands. We're going to put these sheets on our website, and you can go in there and download them. So if you want to sort of jump to the gun a little bit and say, okay, I want to fill out all the information we have here, you can fill out your engine type and bore size and how many pistons you want to order, and fill out as much as you can. And then you can send it to us, and we'll fill out the rest and kind of work with you to get your project done. So, those kind of things will help you understand more what you're getting into. Kind of some of the things that we've looked at in the past is, I get calls and guys will say, oh, your pistons failed, right? Well, that's pretty hard to believe, because let's say, well, which one failed? All of them? No, well, 1 failed and 6 failed, or 3 failed and 4 failed. Okay, well then the piston didn't necessarily fail. Something else caused the problem. So typically these I dug out of the junk, so you're gonna have a couple different problems on the piston. Scuff around the top of the ring. Sometimes that's a clearance issue or whatever, so it's a good thing to check your clearance, your piston to wall clearance, and see what you have. Piston is actually shaped, it's not round, right? So this part up here is round, and this part down here is actually egg-shaped. It's built with an elliptical this way, and it's got a taper in it this way. So if you're going to measure your overall clearance, let's say you got 16 thousandths clearance on your sleeve wall, that's measured right here at the very bottom of the skirt by the tang. So this tang actually this will get smaller to here, and then it tapers up this way. So all these, and then up here at the top, so if you're 4 7/8 bore, this thing up here might be 60 or 70 thousandths smaller in bore size, because it's built to sort of move in the bore and to grow. So a lot of problems like this are typically, too tight a ring gap, or too tight a piston to wall clearance, but typically that happens down here. Now, you can run a tight gap if you're going to run a low heat. So scuff is generally 2 things cause scuff. Tight gap, or 3 things, I guess you'd say. Tight gap, too much heat, or fuel at the wrong time. You can get diesel fuel injectors that fire incorrectly or are leaking. They'll put fuel over the side and start scuffing the piston because it takes the oil away. Now, this is the best case scenario if you're going to have a piston problem. Next thing is this. This is your typical burn, right? So what happens here is this particular tractor had an injector failure. It burned 2 or 3 pistons, and why is it doing something wrong with the piston, something wrong with the rings? Well, no, the other 5 cylinders are just fine. This was the one failure. What happens here is that the injector, it's got your 5 spray pattern. It kind of wants to shoot. This is a pretty common area on this valve relief. You get one spray here and here and here, and all of a sudden this one's kind of going right off to the side here, kind of like when your shower head gets corroded or whatever, and it gets the water spray in all different angles. So that spray pattern comes over and hits the sleeve, it gets in behind the ring, and it starts a burn pattern process. So not a piston failure. The piston didn't fail. The rings didn't fail. The injector failed. And it's pretty common. So, the pistons only fail when your tune-up fails, or your water injection system fails, or your fuel system fails. So you have to kind of analyze the system before you make an assumption on what the part is. So, data collection and all those things are key. But if you got a question, for sure ask. I'll for sure help you figure out where the issue is coming from, or at least tell you where to look from. So if you'd like to order pistons, go on the website, download sheets, and give us your information, or give us a call and we'll help you out.